Okay, so we talked about this yesterday. How do we find circumference of a circle?
Don't times that number by 2.
D pi.
D times pi.
Okay, 2 pi r is one way, or you can do pi times the diameter. Okay, so both of those work. They're the same thing. Again, why are those two the same thing?
Because
Diameter
the radius is half of the diameter.
Okay, good, because one diameter is equal to 2 r's. So those two things are the same thing. All right, so here we're going to go 2 pi times 11. And remember, make sure to use the pi key. Do not type in 3.14. So 2 times pi times 11, and what does that give you?
69.12.
Okay, 69.12, and this is in feet. Okay, number 2, we have 2 pi times 7. What does that give you?
43.98.
43.98 yards. Okay, on this one, 2 pi times 6.3. What?
39.58.
39.58 meters. And then on this one, 2 pi times 11.8.
74.14. 18.
Was it 14?
Yes.
Okay, I just heard 18. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just listening to what y'all are saying.
14 feet.
74.14. Right. So yesterday we kind of started on circles. Today, really the first day. Kind of pretty much the basic stuff that we're going to talk about today. Okay, so a circle is a locus or set of all points in a plane that's equidistant from a given point. So if you have some given point like C here, and if you measure out some distance from there, and then if you keep measuring out that same distance, just measuring out over and over again, just keep measuring out, and you get a collection of these points here where it measures out, then you create a circle. Okay, so it's a locus or set of points equidistant from a given point called the center of the circle. Okay, center of the circle. All right, so this first one is a radius. The plural of the word radius is radii. So a radius is a segment within points at the center and on the circle. So in this circle right here, there's 3 radii that we can name. So what are the 3 radii here?
C or D, E, F.
C, F, C, E, C, D.
Good. CF. You're good. CF, CD, and CE. CF, CD, and CE. Those are the 3 radii. Okay? All right, next one. You probably haven't heard of this word within this context, but this is a chord. Okay, a chord is a segment with endpoints on the circle. So what it means is that this segment, it starts and it ends on the edge of the circle. Okay? It can go through the middle, but it doesn't have to go through the middle. But it does start and stop on the edges of the circle. So there's 2 chords we can name up here. What are they?
A, B, D.
Okay, AB is one of them. This one right here. You can see how endpoint on the circle and an endpoint on the circle. And then what's the other one?
D.
Is this one right here is DE. Alrighty. Then the last one here is the blank of a circle is a chord that passes through the center. Okay, this is the diameter. So I want you to notice that a diameter is actually a chord. A diameter is a chord. It's just a specific type of chord.
So D, E.
So a diameter is a chord, but what makes it a diameter?
It goes through the center.
It's got to pass through the center of the circle. Okay? So there's only one diameter that's drawn here. What is it?
DE.
DE. So you'll notice DE's on both of these because DE is a chord. It's a specific type of chord, a diameter. Okay. The other thing is the way we name circles, which to name a circle, you just name it by its center point. Okay, so like this right here, and we're just going to have a little symbol, just draw a little circle basically for that. So this is circle C.
Do
You
not
name it.
shade
Do what?
Do you not shade it? Or-
You no, and most time they put a dot in there, but however you want to do it. Okay, so on this one, what's the name of this circle?
P.
This is circle P. Okay, this says identify a radius. We're going to go ahead and just name them all that we can that are drawn up here. So what are the three radii that's drawn?
PN, PM, PL.
PN, PM, and PL. Okay, next one. Identify a chord and a diameter. So what's one that's just a chord? That's not...
JK.
Okay, so JK. And no, we're not just kidding. It is JK. And then what's the diameter?
HG. No.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're right. HG is the diameter here. The one that's drawn. All right. On this one, what's the name of this circle? Okay, this is circle X. Name or radius?
XB, XT,
XZ, XT, XU, XV. Any of those? Name one that's just a chord.
SR,
SR. And then name the diameter that's drawn.
ZT.
Is ZT. All right. So on this one, it kind of got messed up. There should be a point U down here. Should be a point U right there. Okay, so if QV, whoops, sorry. If QV is 8, what is the diameter of circle Q? If this is 8 inches, how long is the diameter?
16,
16 inches. If TU is 14, what's the radius?
7,
7 feet. And if XT is 11 meters, how long is QU?
11.
5.5.
It's 11.
Oh, my bad.
QT is a radius and QU is a radius, so they're going to be equal. Right?
But wait.
There's not more on that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and flip it over to the back. All right, so I'm going to zoom in on this, and just so you can see this. All right, it says that the diameter of circle S is 30, that the diameter of circle R is 20, and that from S to D, or DS, is 9. And what we're looking for is for C to D. We're looking for this distance from here to here. All right. Now, first of all, so on circle S, if the diameter is 30, how long is the radius? 15. And on circle R, if the diameter, or if the radius, oh, whoops, I messed that up. Hang on. This is the diameter, my bad. Okay, so on R, if the diameter is 20, what's the radius?
10.
It's 10. Alrighty.
Oh, do you just
And then it'd be,
check the 2 radius, right?
Would it be
it'd just be 15.
C five?
And then 6.
6? Oh, wait. I can't count.
Okay, yeah, this one's fairly easy. There, you're gonna have one like this on your assignment where you do have to think a little bit, but this one's pretty easy. Really, this doesn't even matter for what we're doing here. Okay, you don't even need that, because if you think about it, from C to S, that's the radius of that circle, right?
Yeah.
Goes from the center to the edge. How long is the radius of that circle? That's 15. So from here to here is 15. And from here to here is 9. So I'm just looking for that last bit there. So 9 plus what gives you 15?
6.
This is 6. 9 plus 6 gives us the full radius of 15. Okay, Next one, find the circumference of each circle described. So like we did yesterday, what we just did on our warm-up. So if the radius is 2.5, I'm going to do 2 times pi times the radius, 2 pi r. What does that give you?
15.708.
71.
We're around 71. 15.71 centimeters. Okay, next one is diameter is 16. So how would we find circumference from that?
16 times pi
Just pi times diameter,
is 50.27.
50.27 feet. Whoa. Okay, on this next one, it says find the radius and diameter given that the circumference is 106.4. So on this one, we're working backwards. Instead of knowing the diameter or radius and looking for the circumference, we know the circumference and we're looking for the diameter and radius. Okay, so circumference of a circle is equal to pi times the diameter, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yes, okay. So again, instead of me knowing the diameter and looking for the circumference, I know the circumference and I'm looking for the diameter. So what is the circumference on this one?
106.4.
Is 106.4. That equals pi times diameter. So I'm solving for the diameter. So what do I need to get rid of to solve for the diameter?
Pi.
Pi. I've got to get rid of that pi. So right now it's pi times the diameter. So what do I need to do?
Divide.
Divide by pi. And that way when I divide by pi, what's pi divided by pi?
Distance.
0.
1.
1.
Right? So 1d, same thing as just d, diameter. And 106.4 divided by pi.
33.87.
And then we got to find the radius. So how are we going to find the radius from the diameter?
Divide by 2.
Yeah, just divide it by 2. And what does that give you?
16.93.
94.
No,
Yes, the 5 rounds the 3 up.
I'm a 4.
Y'all's float is set different probably. It's going to be somewhere right around there. Okay. So go ahead and do number 5A real quick. Find the diameter and radius real quick from that circumference. I mean, it's pretty easy math to figure. Circumference is 77.8. Find the diameter and radius. Okay, so what do you get for the diameter? 24.76 centimeters, and then the radius, 12.38 centimeters. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and drop down to example 6. So it says a square with side length of 9 is inscribed. Okay, and we'll talk more about what inscribed means next week, but all it means is that the vertices of that shape, like the corners of it, are on the edge of the circle. Okay, so it goes exactly to the edge of the circle. And so we have this square that's inscribed. And how long does it say each side is?
9 inches.
They're all 9. I mean, it's a square, so they're all the same. And it wants us to find the circumference. Now, to find the circumference of a circle, what do we need?
The diameter.
We need the diameter or the radius, one of those two, okay? So what I need to know is how long the diameter is right here.
No.
What do you think?
Isn't that the,
18? Not actually.
There's at least two easy ways, real quick, that come to mind.
Okay.
uh,
Pythagorean.
Okay, Pythagorean theorem is one way,
yeah, that's what I was.
and that would be good here, but there's actually an even easier way right here to do this.
12.7.
45.
There you go, that's it. We've got a 45, 45, 90. And if you remember the rules on that, we have 9, 9. How long is the hypotenuse going to be?
Nine?
Remember the rules on a 45, 45, 90.
It's like 12.
You have x, x, and x squared root of 2. So it's 9 square root of 2. And that's your diameter right there. So the diameter of the circle is 9 square root of 2. So you're going to do 9 square root of 2 times pi. And what does that give you?
39.99.
39.99 inches. Okay, then one more. Number 6a says an inscribed right triangle with legs of 7 meters and 3 meters long. We're looking for the circumference. All right, so we've got this circle. Here's the center. And again, this is going to be one of those things we talk about a little bit more next week for sure. Whatever. So it says that you have this 90-degree angle that's inscribed, or right triangle that's inscribed, and if this angle is 90 degrees, it has to go through the center. That's what we'll talk about next week. But it's got to go through the center, so that makes that the diameter. Where this is 3, this is 7, and we're looking for the circumference. So to find the circumference, I need the diameter. So how am I going to find the length of the hypotenuse there? Okay, here we have no option but to, Pythagorean theorem is the best one. This is not a special right. So we're going to have 9 plus 49 equals x squared. 58 equals x squared. Take the square root. What does it give you?
7.62.
So that's 7.62. What is that for the circle?
The diameter.
It's the diameter. So to find the circumference, it's just pi times diameter. So you're just going to do pi times 7.62.
$23.94
23.94 meters.